for it to be in his back pocket. And most parents that are homophobic, typically because it magnifies who they were as a kid or who they currently are. Yeah, allegedly. And yes, I have been swallowed. And I do the swallowing. And I do it very well. But I only swallow black men. I'm not interested in any other race. Or if you look black, or if you look like the cops may arrest you for your race. I like those kind of black men. And no diss to anybody else and culturally, but I don't get aroused by anything that doesn't look like my skin color. And that's also why I did make it in Hollywood, because Ian tried to flirt with me and I said no. There was a few makeup artists on the Tyra Banks show. I said no. Let me see, who else? Who really tried? Oh, that guy who looks like Andy Dick. He actually was inappropriate with me, and I'm not going to say allegedly. We were at a furniture store that's off of near the Beverly Center by Taco Bell on Beverly, and it was an independent show because it was a famous theater, a famous sound studio that Michael Jackson later on I found out was made Billie Jean and Beat It. But there was a Taco Bell and there was a little area, and it was a furniture store. I'm upstairs looking for furniture, and Andy Dick comes around, and I don't know if he was inebriated, but because it was Andy Dick, and I'm of age, so the flirt isn't harmful, but he got to reaching in and touching on me inappropriately and grabbing by my waistline, and I was talking about my career because I'm like, hey, this is an opportunity. This is a white guy. I kind of know who Andy Dick is. At first I thought it was Ellen because he looked like a lesbian, but he was just problematic and grabbing on me and touching on me inappropriately. But see, we're also in the era of no cell phones, really, or something clear, and in the moment you're like, well, do I allow the flirt to happen because it could get me to point A and to point B? But I realized it stopped. It just was like, oh, I can grab at you and touch you inappropriately. And then he left the furniture store just like it's what it is. So that's why I wasn't shocked when they kept saying Andy Dick was getting socked in the face or something had happened to him, because he was quite aggressive. So Andy Dick is not a good person at all. There is also a lesbian. She was an AD or a PA. She probably is a director now. Her name was Robin. We worked on a show that Jim Carrey played, that comedian, Man on the Moon. She was the meanest lesbian AD, and she dangled a carrot. She would flirt with all the girls and give. She also did Biker Boys. That was another messy set. See, when it was a set with a bunch of black folks, there was the level of decorum or respect was lower. See, that's why I like being the cutie token guy with the perfect teeth, because I would be put on white shows. Like I did Boy Meets World. I was a token boy on every white show. And you know what? I was on Seventh Heaven and didn't realize that Dad was doing stuff inappropriately. And then you see how that messes up my residual, because I'm on shows that get pulled off the air because of one problematic behavior. So I'm like, well, so who do we sue? Who helps us out? So also, is there a way to put my Cash App up? That's what I want to say. Or can I not say that? Okay, so let's go back to the subject matter with Tyler Perry and his heartthrobs. How many people have a question about all his leading men? Ask me one that you want to learn about. And I know them all. I want to shout it out. Okay, so somebody keeps saying you can pin it. Can somebody pin it for me? $ Egypt's with an S, cash. Number 2. $ Egypt's cash. Number 2. Now, I can't speak on Christian Keys because I'm a good friend of Claudia, and Claudia told me to hold that secret, but I do know what's up. So if you're talking about Christian and Blueface and all these younger people, I don't know none of them. I don't know none of this, because I stepped out of the industry in 2013. So anybody that's on television now, the Ice Spice, the Christian, the Blueface, all of them, I don't know who those kids are. Who was young to me back when I was coming out was Usher, was like the new heartthrob, and I think he's 10 years younger than me, and he looked like a kid to me. So I'm like from Usher forward. If you got anybody younger than Usher, I don't know who they are. I knew about the girls 808. Now the love interest in 808 was my boyfriend. He had the, when they said boom like an 808 and they had those digital boyfriends, well, the main heartthrob, I shot his headshots because I was the kind of person, I'm like, well, I'm getting older, I'm unattractive, so I was thinking, well, let me ride the coattails of my love interest. So I got him into that music video. So if you look at 808 with Black, he is a love interest. His name is Antonio. He was buff and he was a cutie, but it was so funny being on set and seeing them girls sweat my man, and I was like, I had to hold it all in. But yeah, so most of the love interests in music videos are not straight. Just so we know. Fantasia's boyfriend, he used to work the door at When I See You, or I got his picture on where. He was a buff guy. He was whatever cutie that was in Fantasia's videos in the beginning. I forgot Dante, or I forgot his name. I'm gonna have to hit Brandy Bailey up and find out what his name is. Well, he used to work the front door at the gay club, the Oasis bar I worked at. And see, that's another thing too. A lot of people aren't gay, but they play around because they know directors hang out, so they'll act gay for pay and hang out at gay arenas. Yeah. So the love interest in Fantasia worked at my gay club and was at the front door. And now that I know he's hanging around with Puffy, I don't know how necessarily straight he stayed. But see, and again, I'm never going to give something that I assume. I'm going to go on based on proof and what I witnessed myself. And I'm also not going to destroy people for destroying people's sake. But if you've been mean to me and you're still making billions of dollars and you refuse to make sure I got fed and I'm at the table, then I'm telling it to you. Yeah. Also, just so you know, Nick Cannon bought Nickelodeon and Soul Train. So he's actually was in talks to revamp Soul Train, but he was dealing with that lupus or whatever disease he's dealing with. And Nick Cannon is cool with me. He didn't do anything wrong with me. But he had a show called Loose Cannons, and Will Smith was a producer, and Duane Martin. And that's when I saw interaction between Duane Martin and Martin Lawrence that was inappropriate. I was one of the cadets on Loose Cannons. Google it. And I saw inappropriate behavior because, again, a lot of times on set, people had their cars. So when they say rap, you got in your car and you went home. But see, I was broke. So a lot of times I hung out on set and played it off because I didn't want people seeing me walking. Because, you know, if you walk on the streets in LA, you consider poor. So I didn't want people to think that I had a car and there was no Uber. And so I would sit around and hang around the bleachers and wait for a ride to come get me. But when the sound stage is low, the stage can still be lit and it's dark in the bleachers. So I would overhear PAs and directors and mics and hearing stuff that they're yelling out, or argument, or because they think we're all gone. And I would sit back and have all the tea. Yeah, because I was there when Raven-Symoné on That's So Raven. There's a scene where she's in a cast and a mouse goes in her arm and she falls back, and her little brother's like, oh, there you are, rat. She really hurt her back on that day, but she was being a meanie on that whole day. She really wanted to go home anyway, so I think throwing her back out was just her way to say I'm over it. And her father knew the tea because he would check her on set about being feminine. And what else about Raven? Her last name ain't no Symoné. And her girlfriend is definitely, allegedly, a predator. See, what happens is a lot of these people date these people because they have been manipulated. See, a narcissist or a person that has that personality disorder, a lot of times the way they get got is they'll date somebody who's stronger in that narcissism. And that girlfriend of hers, red flags all the way around. Red flags all the way around. But I'm going to tell you, Raven, although I'm spilling your tea now, I never went to your house as much as I was offered to go there for New Year's Eve. Your girlfriend or assistant that was on Empire was throwing this fabulous party at your condo. And I said to myself, I'm not going over there and getting caught up. I don't want to be on tape. And what if somebody tears something up? Are we replacing the food and drinks we're eating? I was just like, I'm not doing this. So, although this may upset you, and I can't stomach Raven-Symoné, I love her personality when she gets behind character and they give her lines. But when she's out of that and she's this butch meanie, I don't like her at all. She's horrible. Kadashi said, we peep red flags too. Blueface cover girl wants to know about Jamie Foxx. Okay, Jamie Foxx. Let me go to my pictures. Let me see if my pictures downloaded, because I'm gonna talk about Jamie Foxx. Because I almost got into a fight with Jamie Foxx. It's on the wedding episode, the last episode where he married Fancy. There was a guy named David Greer. He now owns a company called D&G Entertainment. Google it. D&G Entertainment. David Greer. Him and the guy with the dreads, which is Jamie Foxx's best friend, you know, they was going around being macho and, you know, saying that straight people stuff to each other about having more hoes or whatever, or he felt disrespected. So after the scene, and mind you, David Greer is my ride home. David running to the car and talking about, I'm going to get my pipe. I'm like, what are we doing? We on a set of Warner Brother lot. Where are we going? They ready to fight. And because that's my ride, and we're both from Indiana, I gotta kind of have my homeboys back. But I'm like, I don't feel like fighting Jamie Foxx and his best friend. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this picture right here. This is Alvester. He's one of those Tyler Perry boys who is now being married up to a woman. Yeah. This is him. And he wasn't nice. And I told him, I said, you know what? I'm getting you. Because you have been mean to me the whole time. And I said, I'm getting you. For one, he's dark skinned. And he uses that Jamaican cream. That's why he got this faded look. So he was dark skinned. So he already does not love himself. And so he used that to his advantage. And I will say that the fading cream actually looks good. So I can't hate on it. But he still was attractive dark skinned. He didn't need this. He's an amazing looking guy. But that little Tyler Perry driven Kate wedding. And I think both of them are beards. Because she's got it now. And all you have to do is inbox him and say Kelsey. And watch them. Just inbox him and say Kelsey. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Inbox him and say, hey, who is Kelsey? Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? Now, did somebody pin my Cash App? Let me just create something I can show you. Also, Maria, if you're in here and you're saying hi, people, again, if Kelsey, just say Kelsey. See, this is how, you see how, unlike with the Risa Teesa stuff, she would give detail and then you had to wonder why. See, I have things that are triggering. If you go to his inbox and just inbox him and say Kelsey, you'll see him have a reaction. And that'll let you know I must know the T. And then I'm going to tell why I know Kelsey. Thank you for pinning it up. So if everybody can type that $ Aegis Cash and Cash App and let me know. I got some more tea if you want to know. Because I don't know how to collect that money when they do it the other way. So I just use that gift money to gift other people. I love TikTok. I was told I was supposed to say that. Okay, now when you say beyond your desire, is the clown thing real in Hollywood? Give me the clown thing. Explain that to me. I got to tap it to pin it. Thank you so much. See, y'all, I'm new to this. Pin this comment. Oh Lord, I didn't pin the wrong comment. Thank you, Gemini Girl NYC. I don't hear no Cash App stuff. What's going on? If everybody did $1, I wouldn't be mad. It ain't even gotta be big. Oh yeah, you gotta add an S in there. If you don't add an S in there, it will go to the wrong person. So somebody getting paid and it ain't me. So do not, let me unpin that. Yeah, it's spelled wrong. Let me unpin that. $ Egypt's Cash with an S. You have to have the S or somebody else is getting that. What part of Indiana am I from? I'm from South Bend, Indiana. And let me tell you, my parents were the worst. Let me tell you, they told me, for those who are out there going after your dreams, a lot of times your biggest haters are your family members. My dad is Earl Eugene Walker, and he's married to Deborah Caldwell, my stepmom, who thinks I don't like her. And I'm like, girl, I know the monster you're married to. And what she doesn't understand is I've talked my dad into not treating her a certain way. And she doesn't see that. Lance Gross, Okay, so I got one. Somebody sent $1. Yeah, so from 833-412. So yeah, so now it's working. So I got $1. Thank you. Let me see. Mr. Lyrics, probably. Let me see. Somebody else sent $5. Thank you so much. Somebody sent $1. Thank you. See, that's all I'm saying. Like that. Now I can eat. Thank you. Let me see. Thank you so much for the Cash App. It's under Egypt Thompson. Yep. And you'll see my body and my face. You'll know it's me, but it has to have an S in there. There we go. Let me pin this one. Thank you for this. One and only saint. $. Yeah, so that's it. So make me know it. So send me some little test apps so I know. Yeah, that's what's up. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk about Whitney Houston. Well, I was actually there. James Brazil, because I like having proof. James Brazil was a manager for Kelly Price. And also Kelly Price is mean as HE double hockey sticks. I mean, horrible. It's the first time I saw, what's that list that you get? It's some list that you get, Riser. And she came to the United Palace. Number one, she came late, which is inappropriate. I'm like, girl, you didn't got a hot enough album to be coming late. Number two, she had all these crazy requests on her riser. But that let me know that in Hollywood, because they're stupid enough to pay you, make up some crazy stuff. So if you need green M&Ms or you need your air conditioner, you want 13 bags of Doritos and some chips bar, because it's became a Hollywood standard of spoiling the artist, you can just create that on your riser. So Kelly Price's riser was stupid, and she was mean to the people. She was supposed to autograph afterwards and didn't. And half the time she was arguing with the audience about not talking about her drug-infested friend, Whitney Houston. And I get it. Don't talk about my girl, but you can't come off mean. So she was a meanie. I didn't like it. Who else was there? I forgot his name. Oh. People are scared to talk about the Israel war. All I'm going to say is I don't want war, and I want peace on both sides. Because until they stop harming people in the Congo and stop arresting men of color for no reason and shooting them, my plight is that we have peace in this world for everyone. Thank you, Velda T, finally, for sending that cash out. Appreciate you. Thank you. That's $5. Get on down. Beyond Desire, yes, I did get your Cash App. Thank you so much. But see, again, what was your name on Cash App? So then, if it's different from your name, because I want to shout you out. Okay, finish to Whitney. Oh, somebody just sent me $10. S. Samuels, thank you. Ooh, I can eat. Ow. So Whitney Houston, James Brazil is her manager. And he told me, hey, why don't you come down to the club in Hollywood and hear her sing? And in my mind, she was already kind of, what do you call it when you washed up? I was like, I don't have time for it. I'm a growing photographer. I just finished shooting Christina Aguilera. I just finished shooting Beyonce. I was like, who cares about Whitney Houston picture? And I was supposed to go to that last little sing off in karaoke. And the girl that was flirting with her love interest, which was at the time Brandy's brother, Ray J, Stacy, she's from the group Ex-Girlfriend. And they had bumped heads because Stacy was trying to get in cool because she was trying to get stuff from Ray J. And because Whitney was territorial, that's when they got into it and the whole wine glass broke because she felt like Stacy was trying to get at Ray J for a romance, but she was trying to get for something else. That's all I can say. And Stacy was an actor too. Not Stacy from if we talking about Stacy from Ex-Girlfriend, she was a singer. She went on that song, and she shouldn't have been able to be on that talent show, America's Got Talent or whatever, because she was on there and she already had a hit album called Ex-Girlfriend Ain't Playing. She said, you are my lover, you are my world, you are my lover, you're the one for me. So she already had a hit album. So I was like, how are you able to get on a talent show and then you get a second record deal? I thought that was unfair. So, but Whitney Houston got into it with that with that girl in that day, went into the limo, and that's when Jason, with that ponytail, Jason Lee had told me, hey, you should have came into the thing. It was real cool. We had a good time. And then I said, well, let me just go up to the hotel where she's staying at, and I said, I'll just catch some Grammy party after effects and see some stuff. So at that point, I'm out front shooting and getting ready, and then that's when the unaliving, or they found her body in that room, and they kept her up there. And all of a sudden, the media was around me, and I then became part of the media. So I'm shooting all these people laying down flowers and memorabilia, and they kept her up in that room and did not move her. And literally out front, you can hear Clyde Davis plotting, well, you know, it's good for the hotel. You know, we should go on. She wouldn't have wanted us to stop this. I spent all this money. It was so about the money and not about the care and concern. And it's because Whitney Houston, I found out, overstepped her bounds, and that's why she's not here. And it wasn't an accident. That I do know. And I can't go further with that because some people are still kind of close to me in that world, and I already run the risk of saying what I'm saying. But I was there at the bottom of the hotel, and if you check my Instagram, Party Paparazzi, you can see who I've worked with. In fact, let me pin that. Party, Party Popara, Party Paparazzi is my IG. You can see every celebrity that I work with. You can then ask those questions on who I know. But thank you, Miss Townsend. Just send me $12. Go in. Y'all hooking this up. Thank you so much. When I tell y'all don't know how much that helps out. Y'all don't know how much that helps out. So this is, let me, I guess it should be in reverse. How do I reverse that? I don't know. Okay. I don't know how. And then let me see if somebody can put Party Paparazzi so I can tag that. Thank you for following me too. Why can't you just tell that's the purpose of the lie? Well, see, if I give it all away today, you won't come back tomorrow. So certain things, this is called teasing you. And the bigger the cash app, the more I can definitely tell you. And I can get right to it. That'll definitely make me tell it. Did Ray J give a bad batch? Of course. Ray J is the Sherelle of the industry. Sherelle got everybody put on that stuff back in the day. Thank you. Party Paparazzi, Poparatzi. Thank you. So everybody go and follow this page. That you can see every celebrity that I work with, and you can see them with me hanging out. Most of the celebrities, let me tell you the celebrities who slept on my floor before they made it. Karamo Brown, Damon Madison, Loni Love. I got her SAG voucher. And do you know she did? Loni Love is another person who was not nice and turned her back. The moment she got her Screen Actors Guild voucher, SAG voucher, she turned her back on me. And she was currently working on a comedy show about rehab. It was a show, and it was done on the same stage as Coach before she got on the talk. And to qualify, she needed what is called a SAG voucher. And the way you get a SAG voucher is you go on set, and you can. They used to have something called specking. And when you go on spec, you can wait at the gates, and whatever extras didn't show up, you give the extra vouchers to the specs. So I would lie and say, because I was dating somebody in the payroll department at Entertainment Partners, and one day I called him flirting with him, and he was flirting back. And then when I went to go see him, he looked a mess. It was terrible. But I flirted my way to get the understanding. So I asked him, I said, hey, back when we send out our paperwork, what is it that y'all see? Thank you so much for my Cash App, TB. Appreciate it. Keep sending us Cash Apps. Thank you so much. And I'll keep going. So I asked the payroll guy at Entertainment Partners, and in fact, if you send me a Cash App, say your name, say it so I can definitely shout you out. I don't play not giving people props. Mimi, Brown Eyes, Patty, Golden One, Shay, Desiree, Sunshine, Omari. Oh, I got some Omari on tea. In fact, y'all know that cabin that they filmed, like those scary movies, for that little low budget scary movies with the guy from Immature. Yeah, look, I'm in those same cabins. Look on my page, Party Paparazzi. They got those locations for me. It's in Lake Arrowhead. It's called Pine Rose Cabin, and that's where they film those scary, low-budget movies with Curtis Stokes. And Curtis Stokes is very problematic. But Curtis Stokes did buy them a bomb. That Prowler car, he made sure they had the best vehicles. They used to be out front on right across from CBS Radford, out front with their shirts off, washing cars, and Curtis Stokes sitting right there. And it was a place called the Big Lobster. That's where a lot of recruitment went on. Right next to a Blockbuster or a Discount Video. It was a VHS place. Curtis Stokes, I'm sorry. So Curtis Stokes or Chris Stokes is problematic. Y'all know who it is. And he's well connected too. That's why he hasn't gotten caught. Allegedly. Let me keep saying allegedly. Thank you, Shay. Yeah. CS has TikTok ban for telling the truth. Okay, so I will say allegedly. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm learning. Oh, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I was there. I saw it full on. Yeah. Yeah. Just like that substance that's going on in some of those drinks that water your throat, that's called G. And that's the new trend. So you have to watch that if you see it in drinks. Ice doesn't float. That's just Raz B actually was at a let me tell you, Raz B was at a San Francisco Pride. He was so embarrassed, but he needed the money just like I need the money. So thank you for cash apping me. For those who are cash apping me, Raz B was so like tearful. He didn't want to get on stage, but Oakland Pride paid him a pretty penny, and he didn't want nobody to record. But you know what? I had my camera out and recorded it. So yeah, Raz B has done a few gay prides. But he honestly is a straight guy. He just got turned out and didn't want to accept it. And then I guess kind of once you enjoy the feeling, you just kind of, I'm so fortunate that I am who I am. I was never touched inappropriately. I like what I like. I went after what I went after. It was nothing inappropriate. But Raz B, unfortunately, is a victim of the system. And you know, Brandy is the reason why that guy wears a patch. Playing too much and throwing stuff at his eye. Brandy also plays too much. She's one of them irky Hollywood kids that play too much. And that comedian that used to be the mom on Thea, she's a heavy into drugs. That's why the show got canceled. I know the person used to serve up her habit. And she used to go to the comedy club to pick it up, called the Ha Ha Comedy Club. That's where most people go pick up their product, from the Ha Ha Comedy Club. What about Jaguar Wright? Jaguar Wright is a singer who was very known in the industry. She was supposed to be the Faith Evans, but Faith Evans was the plant to push her out the way. Yeah. You go too fast for me to Google. I'm sorry. Let me slow down. So who do you need to Google? Bashir was violated terribly. Absolutely. Also, let me give you some look. Now, here's some tea, but I'm going to need some cash apps. So throw some tea up. It's about Raheem Strickland. That's his real name, but his name is Raheem Shabazz in the corn world. Y'all know Raheem Shabazz, the corn star that's in Brazil? I got some tea on him. And the guy from Empire. See, remember, I knew these girls before they blew up. And he used to play a guitar. He was in the show called The Skinny through Patrick Ian Polk. And he was at Blatino Oasis in Palm Springs. And some mess happened. And I got that on videotape. So I need some cash apps if you can really help me out. So $ Egypt's cash. Let me... $. And don't forget that S. Egypt's cash number 2. Let me put that 2 on there too. $ Egypt's cash. Can somebody pin that again or say that? I wish you could do a picture. Let me see. That's the thing. See, y'all, I had it all plotted out. See, this phone has not... let me see. Maybe it's ready. I was trying to update it because I have different Gmail accounts. So I have to make sure I got different memories on this phone so I can show it to you and be like, hey, this person's doing this. Let me go back to 2003. $ Egypt's cash. Thank you so much, man. I love you for that. One and only Saint, thank you so much. I see you is pretending to know for some reason. All right. That's well. If you, this is it. For those who don't know what it is, go to my Party Paparazzi page. You'll see who I know. F your lyrics sent $10. Absolutely, thank you. Oh, Dwight Howell. Let's just say that's a good session. That's all I'm gonna say. Ow! Meet it. Ow! That's all I'm gonna say. Yes, indeed. That was a good time. Yes, indeed. Are clones real? I'll just say I'm not gonna put it past people. But that whole Jamie Foxx acting like he was cloned, that was just to pump that movie. That was all promo for that movie. So that wasn't real. So let's talk about this guy right here. His name was Sam Sarpong. Do y'all know this guy? He was blowing up. He was also in a Christmas movie called Christmas in the Hood with Shirley Ralph. This is when when I realized Hollywood is getting dangerous and they have something on you. And he actually jumped off of a bridge in Pasadena. And I'm going to show you why that connection's good with me. And why I started saying to myself, oh, this is getting scary. They're getting rid of my friends. Oh, I hate that I can't do this. Let me see if I can green screen on here. Because I got to pop up some pictures. What about Robbie Jones? Who is Robbie Jones? I don't know who that is. Have you ever met Flame Monroe? Yes, it is. And Flame Monroe is disgusting. Let me tell you what happened with Flame Monroe. Flame Monroe, she was in Chicago, and we used to have a campaign called Free Flame Monroe because I think she went to jail, and I was such a big fan. And she knows Lamar Lubin, and she is like the industry plant to kind of make straight people feel comfortable disrespecting transgender. So that's her whole motive. And going through a very tough time during COVID, and they all know that because I'm an actor and model, I'm not really working. I don't have things like insurance, and I don't have family, a mom or dad to kind of help me out. I went to Flame Monroe and asked her, could she participate and donate? Do you know she made me send a videotape of me naked doing something inappropriate? And do you know she only cashed at me $20? That's all I'm worth. Flame Monroe is $20. And I told her I was going to put her on blast, and I have the receipts and I have the text. So Flame Monroe is not cool. And why dare, I'm a friend of yours, and I get it that you find me attractive, but why would you do that? And did you think $20 was going to keep my silence? Now, had you cash at me $500, it'd be like, okay, I enjoyed the video and let's keep this between us. But you insulted me with $20 during a pandemic, and you're currently making movies and doing all this, and you thought I was going to be quiet? Yes, Flame Monroe is mess. And yes, she only cashed at me $20 to send her a J-off video because I was desperate and I needed a way to eat, and she's messy for even doing it. And why would you? And I'm a friend of yours. And you thought all I was worth was $20. So when I tell you Hollywood is a dog, you could be down on your luck. Some of y'all have cashed at me more today than I got from Flame Monroe. And Flame Monroe is related to Shirley Ralph. And that's how she's kind of in. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one's accidentally making it. She's related to Shirley Ralph. Google it. And that's what I'm saying. I want to put up these pictures along with it. See, this photo, let me go to my other photo app. Doesn't have the same photo library as the phone that I'm talking on, so I can show you that I know Flame Monroe. Thank you so much for my heart and my gifts. I gotta see whoever just in there. Please type your name. Okay, somebody said I can green screen. Now when I go to enhance, let me see, live mirror your video, no comment, live. Draw, lightning wall, AI wallpaper. Let me see what AI wallpaper can. Okay. No, that ain't what I want. No. Let me see. Y'all can keep cash apping and tapping the screen. I don't see any hearts while I figure this out. Okay, hold on. I think I got something. Okay, so now it's add background. Okay. So then it freezes. See, this new iPhone, since it's update, okay, it says add background without effect. Your effect will be used. Okay, so now it's working. I would prefer y'all to please send that to $ Egypt's with the S cash. See, now that I'm trying to click on the pictures, it's giving myself hearts. Okay, yeah, I'm lousy at this. Let me see. Hit this. Hit this. Tap this up because I want to add pictures. Anyway, I'm over it. I'm a Gemini. Once it don't work right, a few. Okay, Aaliyah. Let's talk about Aaliyah. I knew her makeup artist, Eric Farrell. No background. Oh, so now all of a sudden it went to work when I was. Anyway, I'm over it. Okay. Hey, welcome Gemini, Anonymously Loud Podcast. Welcome, Geminis are crazy just like I am. Do you know about Kathy White and Jay-Z? That's a Claudia Jordan story. She gave me the tea on that, and I don't know, so you have to go to Claudia Jordan because they were really good friends. Now, I have pictures of them. I also have pictures of Tiffany Haddish when she was working with Lynn Talbert and something Talbert. Lynn Talbert is the wife. Shamar Moore worked with him on something NCI. But he's really weird. Once you got to know, and I also did The Brothers with him too. I've been his stand-in and stunt work for him. His interest wasn't black people, so he definitely. Oh, let me talk about Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson, we end up doing, it's another moment like with Martin Lawrence and Dave Chappelle. It was just me, Taraji P. Henson, and another guy. We were at some school at Rialto or Ranchos Perdos Verdes, and we were at some school. She was playing a detective. She was so mean. And I think, see, this is what it is. Hollywood people are cool if you're on their level. So if you are a day player or a principal, you get respect. But if you are like a stand-in, a photo double, a hand double, they treat you like, why are you here? She wasn't speaking. I'm like, girl, it's just me, you, and the director and these cameras. And we're in this hot classroom and she not speaking. And mind you, this is all before Baby Boy and she was up and coming. So maybe she's nicer now, but Taraji P. Henson was horrible. And I know her little nephew, her hairstylist at the time, which we had some fun at that Hilton Universal. Because every time he did her hair, he would stay at the Hilton Universal. And he was also related to Kathy Pryor, her nephew. Very mean. See, this is the thing. If you're not on her level, then she's mean to you. Also, let's talk about the show Sparks and Sparks when Kim Whitley, the guy who did Duane Man, who they say I look like, Uncle Phil, and then that crazy guy from Empire that played the dad, Lion. He was a weirdo then. He was doing all this metaphysical alien talk. It was horrible. That's another set I didn't like. Robin Givens was on there. I hate working on Sparks. That was a terrible show. Vivica Fox, my cousin, which one I know about her. Terrence Howard, horrible to work with. And a weirdo. Miguel Nunez is cool. He was once homeless, and then he became, so I don't know who and what got him in that door, but he was once homeless. He's very humble, very nice. We worked a few times together. I told him that people say I look like him, and I showed him my picture, so Miguel Nunez is cool. No problems with him at all. What was the hype on the plane with Lenny? Okay, so this Hype Williams, see, this is the thing. People had upset Clive Davis and some monies were owed, and certain people made requests that Aaliyah was growing too fast as an artist. And Gary Sanker, which is relative to, she was married to Gladys Knight. Gary Sanker took Gladys Knight, all of Gladys Knight's money. And so he was already a crook, allegedly. So Aaliyah was just caught in the crosshairs because somebody who was dating Jay-Z had to get rid of Aaliyah, unfortunately, because Aaliyah doesn't take pills or medication. I know her personally. And she didn't like flying. And so it was supposed to be, the camera gear that she borrowed was from Paul Hunter. He had a very unique lens to make that pretty water blow. So Paul Hunter loaned Hype Williams a very heavy piece of equipment that not only had to go on that plane. So Aaliyah was alleged saying, leave my luggage on the plane. I'm this, I ain't getting on that plane. I ain't leaving my stuff behind in the Bahamas. That wasn't happening. Because I know Eric for real. In fact, my friend Eric, rest his soul now because he actually passed away of COVID. But he felt so bad about sending his friend, the Dominican guy that's in the video and they were on the boat waving. Eric Farrell, my friend, was supposed to be on that trip and stayed back because he had a gig working with Brandy, doing her makeup for that, some video she was doing, and Kelly Rowland. He was doing that video. So he sent his friend and felt guilty. And ever since he sent his friend off and that plane went down, Eric Farrell every day was trying to unalive himself or overinduce himself with drugs or... I forgot you can't say that word. I don't know how to say it. So anyway, Eric Farrell felt guilty for living, survivor's remorse. And so... when I got the news that he passed away of COVID, it was not, I felt sad, but it was also relief because he went down once he realized he sent his friend on, hey, what's up, Eric? He said your name is Eric as well. He sent his friend on that plane and he felt so guilty. And Eric is a reason why he used to paint my face as Roxy. Now, Eric Farrell, a famous makeup artist who lived over there off of La Brea. He had a beautiful home, but he dated this guy named Adam Jones, a user. He had brought all these cats into his house. He brought his property value down. He was dogging him out. He was cheating on the guy with other celebrities. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of these makeup artists and these people behind the scenes, they fall in love and they try to date the extra or these new faces and they get dogged out to the floor. So Adam Jones dogged him out. And in fact, when Eric Farrell died, I just did a test to see how Adam's love for Eric was. I said, hey, just by the way, I just got off the phone with Eric's family and Brandy Norwood, and she told me about Eric, and she wanted to reach out and see what's going on, and just wanted to let you know, just to see how you were doing. And instead of saying, how is Eric, where is he at, what happened, he immediately was like, oh, can I get Brandy's number? Not even worried about Eric. I said, you a dog. You a low-down dirty dog. This man shared his home with you, fed you, paid for that F-158 truck that you ran to the hole and didn't pay the car note on there. You brought boyfriends in there on top of his beautiful home. You lied on him. I'm like, Adam, you are horrible to the core. And he's in that video, gonna pop like this, something pop like this. He's dancing in that video with Kelly Rowland. So I have no love for Adam Jones, who dated Eric Farrell. Speaking of Brandy, what's not to tell you? Speaking of Brandy, I don't know about the Brandy interview. Like when Brandy got the note. Oh, what's the tea on Missy Elliott? Missy Elliott is family. She don't want to hide her. She's on the team. In fact, I saw Missy Elliott when in fact, Adam Jones was a background dancer for Nicole Ray. Y'all know who Nicole Ray? Nicole Ray was one of Missy Elliott's artists. So allegedly, it's rumored that Missy Elliott is the Ma Rainey of the industry, almost like Tweet, Nicole Ray, all those artists that were under her umbrella. If you didn't cross that line or go further, you got on the shelf. And that's why a lot of those beautiful singers didn't make it. So Missy Elliott is problematic too, just so we're clear. And I used to make a lot of her rhinestone Adidas stuff and didn't get credit for it. So a lot of that Adidas stuff, her assistant wouldn't do it. His assistant would buy the stuff for me already pre-made and not give me the credit. Yep. Jasmine Sullivan, a sweetheart. You know what's wrong with Jasmine Sullivan? Jasmine Sullivan doesn't know her power, because I inboxed her because we were friends on MySpace, and I would tell Jasmine Sullivan, why don't you do the life story of Phyllis Hyman? You look like her. You go through the same issues. Phyllis Hyman had weight issues. Phyllis Hyman was once known for dating gay men or having her sexuality questioned. You got a story, and you can bring in old heads like me and the young heads. Do the Phyllis Hyman story. Go buy the rights. I should tell her, you sleeping on the Oscar. Now, am I lying? Also, you know what I haven't seen? I haven't heard my Cash App. Can y'all, what's going on? $ Egypt's Cash with an Mariah Carey. I know Mariah Carey. I'm actually was Trey Songz or Trey, her background singer. I was trying to talk to him, but he was so worried that I was going to out him, so we didn't really talk. But he got meat. Oh, my God. And I also knew Gladys Knight, background singer. His name was Neil. And there was a drag queen who used to do Gladys Knight makeup. So at a time when she was being really beautiful, it was a drag queen out of Vegas who used to beat that face. And to the point where you thought that she had surgery. But yeah, so Neil was also a love interest of mine. One of Gladys Knight background. And I met Bubba, Gladys Knight's brother. Sweetheart. And she's a Gemini too. What did the note say from Brandy? The note was pretty much, thank you, Samuel, for sending $10 on Cash App. I love you, Samuel. Y'all really don't know. This is helping me out. The note literally was talking about the product to be delivered and served. And also, it was trying to tell him what different room she was trying to go to. And because there was some crosshairs in there, that's what happened. Thank you for my hat, my cowboy hat. Thank you so much. Miss Aquarius, thank you so much for the hat. Okay, what about Laz Alonso? He just got an identity issue. He's part of the TD Jakes crew. So that's all I'm going to say. See, TD Jakes got a set of leading men. Tyler Perry got a set of leading men. Yeah. Let me tell you who was nice too. The guy from Last Dragon. Oh, thank you, J Nibs, for the Cash App. Love you so much. Let me tell you else who wasn't nice. The guy from Last Dragon, that karate guru. I just saw him about 5 times. He is such, just bitter for no reason. But I heard that women came on to him a lot and he was overwhelmed and he never know what people wanted. So I give people grace. I'm like, I guess you're just mean because you don't know who I am. But I'm like, why you walk around New York and being mean? Well, girl, you washed up. Girl, you ain't had no hits since Last Dragon. Be nice. And you still look good, quietly. But he still does karate and stuff here and there, but he's a meanie. Kirk Franklin. Oh, thank you for that crown. That crown is everything. I don't know what that means, but do that again. I love that crown. Thank you so much, Sunshine. And Sassy 172. Thank you for that crown. Ty Mock. Also, let me tell you, I worked on a show called A Guy, Girl in a Pizza Shop, 3 Guys, Girl in a Pizza Shop, and I didn't realize the celebrities that came out of there. Those were some of the Ryan Reynolds' first speaking part. Ryan Reynolds was cool. That's also when the guy, what was his name? He was on Soul Food. He played the love interest. That's when I found out he was on the team, because he also dug in my palm. But on 2 Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Shop, I got a chance to work with Shawn, the tall guy, and I gave him a hug. I said, oh my God, I love you from Last Dragon. He was very nice. But then almost about a year later, LL Cool J. Y'all want to hear my LL Cool J story? I got to get some cash outs for my LL Cool J story. Also, LL Cool J has a son that's LGBT that he does not speak on. A lot of hip-hop kids have LGBT children or biracial, and they won't talk about it. They're a little embarrassed or try to keep it on the low. Trey Songz, Chris Brown. I can tell you why they got into that fight in the car. I do know that for sure. Nick Cannon, Kel Mitchell. Y'all know more than I do. No, Shonuff was nice. Oh, let me tell you, Shonuff, Mr. Shonuff was excellent. He was a sweetheart. He was the one that made sure, because I was a black guy on set, he spoke to me. And, we were on Fox Studio lot when we did 2 Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Shop, and then they just call it 2 Guys and a Girl. Okay, so he was mean on the set of In the House because when RuPaul came and guest starred, he didn't want the association, that machismo. But he is matured now. Thank you so much for my Cash App. To Kenya Thompson. Thank you. Oh, y'all, thank you. He was mean because in the time you couldn't associate the world. So he was a little mean, but LL's got nicer. He's a teddy bear now, and he knows better now. But he was cocky. But when I tell you LL was my boy, we were on the set of In the House, and it was what is called a hot set. And when it's a hot set, so we would go on craft service and eat on lot. And when you eat on the lot, when I got done eating, because I didn't, because I always played a teenager or a junior high person, I'm really grown. So when they're all acting teenager, when they say cut, I'm a grown person playing teenager, so I'll go sit in the corner and read a book or hang with the grown folks. I was sat on the hot set, just quiet, because I'm like, I just want to be quiet and I just want to marinate. I want to think about the next gig. LL came in there because he was trying to hide out. And then me flirting, I saw that necklace. I said, this is my opportunity. Ain't nobody around. I went up to LL and saw his neck on his chain. I said, man, that's fake. He was like, what you talking about, fake? I said, man, that's fake. And he said, man, I slam you. He picked me up. Baby, when he picked me up, all I heard was, I need love. Doom, doom. I was so in love. I could feel his muscles under my leg and my back. I'm like, ah! He threw me on that couch, and then one of the PAs said, yo, y'all can't be in here wrestling because it's a hot set. And we were just wrestling and acting a fool, and he was just being a boy's boy. But in my mind, I was in love. Them arms picked me up. I was like, ladies love, Cool J, I am in love. But again, it was all in my head, but LL was cool to me, didn't give me no issue. We wrestled, and Mia Campbell at the time wasn't on her addiction, but when I saw her after the Halloween episode, and also if you go to In the House, a Halloween episode, you can see me. Yeah, he picked me up and we wrestled on the couch, and I was like, ah! And I said, man, that's fake. And then we was wrestling and we stopped because the guy said it's a hot set and it has to fit continuity. So if things are moved around because of lighting, we had to get up and stop playing. But I was in love. Oh, I wanted to give him a kiss. I want him to give me a massage. I want to massage him. The Cash App slowed down for some reason. What happened? Y'all stopped loving? Oh, Steve Urkel. Let's talk about Steve Urkel. I was actually on the set of Jamie Foxx, and we had a break because on Warner Brother lot, which so you can get a reference, they filmed the movie Pee-wee's Playhouse, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So that Warner Brother lot, and also Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, I've been into that costume house. I had to go in there because I'm like, if Michael Jackson was here, I had to go in there. So anyway, we're on the set of Steve Urkel, and he made a real loud comment to the girls, because I guess Jamie Foxx was known for having pretty women. In fact, if you look at the episode when they did Fancy and they had a go-go dancer scene with all the ladies, it was his bachelorette party, he was getting married and had pretty women. So word got back to Jaleel White that pretty women are Jamie Foxx get all the pretty women and all the extras are beautiful. He said very loudly on his set to all the black women on that set and disrespecting them, I was like, why the F I got all these ugly black dark-skinned women? Why can't I get the beauties like Jamie Foxx? Oh, he was terrible. Oh, he was a tyrant. But who could stop him? It's his show. He wanted it his way. He was tired of being a nerd. He wanted to be a heartthrob. And he said that very loudly on the set. And he embarrassed all the black women. To the fact my girl Brandy Bailey started crying. He called all the black women ugly. Yeah. But the Cash App stopped. So does that mean I need to because y'all can send $1. You ain't got to send 30,000. If everybody on my list, I could eat today. And yeah, the mama left the show because of that. But the mama also ain't that nice either. Let's be clear with her too. Because she came on that show because she's a veteran and she's a thespian. She comes with that attitude and she's gotten sweeter now, but she was mean too. Thank you for that, Liz. Let me pin that comment. So if y'all go to that $ Aegis Cast, y'all can pull out some more dirt and tea. Tevin Campbell, we can talk about him. And Usher. Tatiana Ali. Oh yeah, we can talk about her too. I forgot about her. But Tatiana Ali was kind of boring. She was a kid that was nice. I did that Norma's Hair Salon with Jennifer Lewis, that low budget movie, and Whitney Houston came on the set. She was just real. She used to just talk about people who smoked bud and stuff on set. She was just a goody, but a nice girl. And she had a singing career. The elevator tea with Beyonce. The elevator tea with Beyonce is, because I know her assistant, Tamika Peddington, thank you so much for my Cash App. The tea on the elevator was that take a look at Kelly Rowland's baby pictures of her little boy when he was little. You tell me who he looks like. That's why there was a fight on that elevator. And that's why the sister had to have her back, because Beyonce can't really show out because she has to work with that person. And that's her co-star. But take a look at Kelly Rowland's baby pictures, the little boy. That caused the controversy. Now, I'm not saying, because I ain't had no DNA test, allegedly, but yeah, you got it, beloved, sweetheart child. So you tell me what that child looks like. Just Google Kelly Rowland's boy pictures as a baby, and you tell me who that looks like. That's why they had that fight on the elevator. Yeah. And you can't fight your coworker. Because wasn't it kind of strange that here it is, Beyonce has an opportunity to uplift all her artists. I don't understand why Beyonce didn't. Because back in the day, when Janet Jackson, the way she was number one, is her record label will buy 1 million copies of her radio the first day and just call it a loss. Why didn't Beyonce buy 1 million of her Kelly Rowland's album to make sure she sells 1 million of Michelle's and 1 million of that little girl group, Hallie and Chloe? See, if you really want somebody to win, you'd do it at any expense. I don't get why. So there's a little gatekeeping on who needs to stay the leader. Thank you, Here Art Gallery, for sending me some money. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, there's a little problematic stuff with our girl Beyonce, and I love her, but it's problematic. And I know her makeup artist Trey. Look on my Facebook. I mean, look on my TikToks. You'll see who I know. Party Paparazzi. Thank you for my payments, Sunshine. Cash out. Thank you. Hair Gallery sent me $5. Amen. Yeah, the label didn't push those little girls, and if Beyonce tweeted my page, I'd be a billionaire. So why don't you use that power to do that for every artist? There's no reason why Kelly's not number one. There's no reason why Michelle's not number one, because all it takes is a power of one tweet. Let's talk about, you know who I want to talk about, and I can't stand him, and I was supposed to be his photo double and make a lot of money. Let's talk about the person they say I look like. He's a talented artist. He was on Broadway, and he did the show Kinky Boots. And he always lies about owning that mansion. Todrick. I got tea on Todrick. Tevin came out the closet already. Okay. I know that. But he was caught in the bushes with a cop, so he had no choice but to come out the closet. I'm like, stop listening to the guy from Wham, and you know better than go to that to the Beverly Hills thing. Also, the known cruising spots in Los Angeles that got a lot of tea is the Fox Hills Mall on the 3rd floor. Benny Medina covered a lot of his male artists who would go up to the 3rd floor of Fox Hills Mall and tap, because that's how you knew how you messed around. You tap on the floor and pass a note under with tissue. Benny Medina, a lot of his male artists got caught up, and he had to sponge a lot of records, because I was dating a police chief, and I got to see a lot of the records of artists who were on the low and got caught tapping at the Fox Hill Mall bathroom. Yeah, so Google Benny Medina and who he represented and who he got a show. Quincy Jones, also problematic. Why do you think Chris Spencer got a talk show and he can barely articulate? Also, Sinbad the comedian knew too much too, because he got in trouble for outing Larry Blackman when Larry Blackman wasn't out of the closet. Because to me personally, Larry Blackman is missing out on an Oscar and his story to be told, because Lil Nas X looks just like Larry Blackman, but Larry Blackman from Cameo that did Ow, he wore the cup. To me, Lil Nas X should do his life story, but Larry Blackman doesn't want to be associated with his story of allegedly being on the team. Berry Gordy, problematic. Yeah, Quincy Jones gets it in, honey. That's who's on them tapes, honey. That's why he stay drinking. I used to go out on dates with Quincy Jones at Kate Maddalini. It was a famous store in it's a famous restaurant off of Wilshire. Kate Maddalini. Google it. What about Todrick? Let me tell you about Todrick. Todrick will do this. Todrick, like this drag queen that pulls the wigs off and whatever. He got it from a Jamaican drag queen who does it and don't pay pennies and just gives her tips. But so he gonna highlight a white drag queen who imitates the Jamaican who should get the credit of doing that talent and puts her in a video of pulling off the different color wigs, and he gonna pay the white guy and not the Jamaican. Todrick has a real bad problem of paying white artists, because he was bullied as a kid. He's one of those kids like me. I went to a black school and a white school. And in the black school, yes, the black kids called me the F word and teased me, but I had backbone, but I was comedic, and so I got in. But when I went to the white schools, my white teachers elevated that I was the fancy guy and I would do drag and make funny jokes, but the white kids didn't understand my sense of humor, so I was kind of stuck in between. So I understand Todrick was bullied by black people, went to an all-white school, got highlighted and pushed on the shelf, and so now his personal trauma, he just gets a kick out of putting down black dancers, and he would get us to volunteer. I'll show you posts. He'll say, hey, come work this music video free of charge and you can become famous. And everybody black ain't getting a paycheck, but all the white kids are getting paychecks. All the PAs, his white cameraman, his white set assistant, hairstylist. But everybody black is free. I'm over Todrick. And I was told that I could look like him because he needed people to be his stand-in, and so I was standing to be him. Absolutely not. Cash App is $ Egypt's Cash with an S, number 2 is at the end. You have to put the 2 at the end, or somebody else is getting the Cash App. You have to have Cash App to do it. So if you don't have it, I don't know how to explain it. And you'll see my face. Thank you so much, babe, for yes. Let me pin that again. So $ Egypt's Cash. If you don't put the S, somebody else is getting it. Okay, let's talk about Rihanna. Rihanna was hanging out at Puffy's house, underage. So you know what was going on there. And then when she became who she is, because she's very mean. So that's why she's in that house and ballroom community. And that's why people who are in that house and ballroom community are a mess. And the fact that she hangs around that world wasn't a shock, that she's a part of that world, because she's messy. She is mean. It was a time when she was coming up to me, hey, Coach Egypt, can you say my name? And at the time I was like, I went and said, well, what's your name? And she said, my name is Rihanna, and I had the hit song Pon the Replay. And that Kid Choice was like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Rihanna, who did Pon the Replay. And then my boss going to yell at me, hey, you shouldn't say her name. Her name is Rihanna. And so now, hindsight, I think my boss from Nickelodeon owes me a damn apology, because her name is Rihanna with her own accent. Y'all keep saying Rihanna, and I didn't even know the girl. I'm like, she whispered that to my ear, so I wasn't crazy. But even after that, so now I'm like, Rihanna, I keep seeing you at different venues. I'm broke still. I'm still just the guy on the wing. You can't put me in a Fenty ad. You got Lunel. You can't put me on payroll. You can't find a way. But when you needed me, and for me to yell your name, you was begging me. You see me again and you ignore me? You can't give nothing? Get out of here. So I don't mess with Rihanna. And so yeah, I like ballroom for the talent. I don't like the mess. I don't like the cattiness. I don't like the put down. I don't like the need for perfection is fun, but at what cost? And it's not fair if you got a girl who can play for surgery and a girl who can't, and a girl who's good with makeup, but yet surgery's gonna always outdo makeup. So why is this a fair? Why do you enjoy ballroom? Because it's not a fair race. They should have all natural girls go against all beauty girls. All the girls get cosmetic surgery go against each other. Don't put a girl who got full implants in a woman's face going against a girl or a guy like me who knows how to do makeup, and I paint up and then I lose a category because you see that I'm a guy. Not fair. Nicki Minaj, she's just a copycatter. And this thing. I'm mad at Nicki Minaj because she did give props to Lil' Kim for literally copying her. But it's also Nicki Minaj's fault for not embracing the young. So you're supposed to embrace the young and not make them your enemy. So I don't like somebody gaslight me like I don't know that you copied everything from Lil' Kim. And then I don't like the blueprint Lil' Kim being mean to the newcomers. So it's both of their faults. Monica. Let me tell you about Monica. Monica is cool. She's authentic. But I will say this. They don't give Monica her props because she did something to Brandy and they blackballed her when it came to making it. And along with Clive Davis and all that. And they got mad at Monique because she cut out that blonde hair and that hood stuff, and she got her hair real professional and coiffed. And she was such a young girl blowing. And they were trying to move that soulful sound into pop. So because she wouldn't listen like Phyllis Hyman to Clive Davis's little regime. And I'm going to be honest with you. Monica and Cece Peniston don't like each other. Well, Monica didn't like Cece Peniston because I guess when growing up, Cece Peniston said something flippant and Monica haven't forgiven her since. The Cash App stopped. So it must mean it's time for me to go. All right, well, I'll pack it up because the Cash App stopped. Do y'all know who this is? Terrell Carter? Tyler Perry's singing from the plays. Do y'all remember him? Y'all remember him? Sunshine. You seen it before. Let me double check. How about that? It'll go right to it. There's no excuse. Take a picture of that. Screenshot that and go ahead and do what you gotta do. Y'all want all this tea for free? Brown eyes? Can you hear now? Can you hear? If you can hear, put hearts across, put blue hearts if you can hear. No, Sunshine, I just got it. Nope, it just, in fact, I'm currently getting Cash App, so that's not the truth. So you send it to somebody else. It is currently working. Somebody just sent me $1. Black Love 79. Thank you so much for the love. Black Love, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It says restriction. Let me see what the restriction is. Oh, it says it's unavailable for. So I guess I did something wrong. I don't know what it is. Thank you so much for the hearts, Black Love. I appreciate this love. Okay, well then I have 2 Cash Apps. Do Egypt's Cash with no 2 behind it. $ Egypt's Cash with no 2. That's also me too. That's also me. And I just sent myself something, so I know that's working. That's my other Cash App. Screenshot that, and it's without the 2. Thank you so much. That's my other Cash App. Ooh, thank you for that world. What does that mean? That is so dope. Thank you so much for that. Duane Martin. Oh, let me tell you about Duane Martin. The one Will Smith bought him his club. The club Zen Lounge. I was there at the opening. And let me tell you what happened with that. Also, I got some tea on In Vogue. The new girl that's in Vogue. And she was on Homeboys in Outer Space. She's the replacement. That's a meanie. And I would never support her ever again. She was Rhoda on the Homeboys in Outer Space. Her name is Rona Bennett. Horrible person. And let me take this back. I might have to eat those words because now that I think about it, I remember Kathy Pryor and that whole, the lesbian scene that kept controlling all the pretty extras to work on the show Homeboys in Outer Space. There was a rumor on set. Oh, well, the Cash App stopped. And I got the Tony Braxton, Terrell not being paid. I got that tea on that. But the Cash App stopped. Y'all must be getting sleepy. So I'll come back tomorrow. I don't want to force y'all. We can come back tomorrow. I know about Jasmine Guy. Oh, yeah. So let me see. I'm on that second Cash App. I don't see nothing at the second Cash App. Oh, hold on. Maybe I'm lying. Hold on. B2B. So Andrea, I got something. Andrea, Nicole, Hubert Hicks, Journey White, thank you. Nicole Herbert Hicks, thank you for my $10. Love you. Olivia, Spilling the Tea, thank you for my $5. Amen. Olivia, I love you. Sunshine, you on here too for my $1. Thank you. Marisha Sewell, thank you. So that one's working. So y'all see it's working. I appreciate y'all. So the ones who just cash at me, y'all can ask me a personal question and I will answer it. Andrea, you can ask me a personal question. Nicole, Herbert Hicks, I'm going to answer your question. Is it true that the lady with the dance academy is having an affair with Zoe Kravitz's mother? Debbie Allen? Thank you so much, Liv, for reposting that. Thank you so much. Let me tell you, y'all are amazing. Also, who want to be monitors? I don't know who you're talking about with that, Lenny Kravitz. See, the Zoe Kravitz and all, y'all gotta remember, I'm grown. And I'm also stopped the industry in 2013. Zoe Kravitz was a little girl, barely. She was sitting in her dad's hip going to the Oscars. So I know nothing about Zoe Kravitz today. I don't even watch TV today. So I'm so out of the loop of who the artists are today. I don't know about Dance Moms. I don't know about Housewives of Atlanta, except for Phaedra and her husband. I know about that. Lisa Bonet. I mean, I know about her, but she was still bitter off the off of the. I'll tell you this: Bill Cosby's son being unalive was because of a debt that Bill Cosby owed. So his son was a product of a gambling debt, along with Michael Jordan's father not being here. Those are gambling debts, and their kids got sacrificed, unfortunately, allegedly. Y'all stop the love on the Cash Apps. Dolores Joseph, thank you so much. Thank you for my $5. Appreciate you. Thank you. I love y'all. Y'all really. I can actually order a burger, fries with a shake today. Chris and Ty fight. Oh, let me tell you about a fight that happened at the Nickelodeon Kid Choice Awards. And this is when I realized that it's very silly that rich people want to actually throw their hands. Do you know Nelly and Chris Brown got into a fight after the Kid Choice Awards? And Chris Brown is still a kid, and Nelly is like my age. They got into a fight after the Kid Choice Awards. I was like, if y'all don't go somewhere, go buy somebody some tennis shoes and some boats, what are y'all fighting for? I never understand the wealthy wanting to throw hands. Go out and donate something. Sunshine, thank you so much for my hearts, my loves, my peppers, my roses. Liv, thank you for my roses and pepper. Thank you, Martin Lyons, for my Cash App $5. Martine Lyons. I appreciate you. And y'all really don't know. When I tell y'all, doing it this way, because I prefer the Cash App than this little rose and stuff, because I don't know how to get that out of my an account and get it in my pocket, because I'm not signed up to. This is all brand new. Like, this is my second live. So I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. So if I'm terrible, I will get better. If I'm not on it, Maya Rudolph, she's just boring. I hung out with her. Flavorless. But cool, but flavorless. He said Chris had a house in Jersey back in the day. He would have parties, not Diddy. Oh, yeah. And the reason why I know he wasn't going to have Diddy parties because that mom is strict. Now, that mom is strict as hell. But I will say that mom did that's what you do with your money. That mom, she was average Joe, baby. She got that surgery and she is amazing. So shout out to Chris Brown mom. His mom is beautiful. She wasn't bad looking before, but money definitely changed the game. Mom is beautiful now. But I never understood wealthy people fighting each other. Yeah, I'm not okay with Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce said some little side conversations, and I'm not for. I put parents in their place, and I'm a little upset that people don't put their parents in place. All right, F your lyrics. I'm with you. She said, "Who was that damn doctor?" Because damn, when I tell you, Chris Brown mama looked like a brand new person, and she did it right. She didn't overdo it. Did the Cash App stops? Hey, clearly. So far I got Olivia hooked me up, Sunshine, Nicole Herbert, Andrea, Dolores Joseph, Journey White, love you. See, it's all my ladies. My ladies hooking me up. Fox. Let me see who else. Thank you so much for pinning that comment, and thank you so much, Fox Ease or Foxy. I want to shout you out because you are doing a really good job. Devilish Dimples, I love you because you are just really helping making sure I'm on point. And if y'all can't, go follow Devilish because she's the bomb. Now, do y'all want to know who offered me a session to go be a part of their little Get It In session? Billy Woodruff, the famous director that did Usher's videos and also hangs out with. In fact, when you see Tamar imitating Tony Braxton and they all sitting at the table, that's Billy Woodruff right there. So I'm about to end this live because the Cash App have slowed down, and I figure y'all sleepy or tired. Y'all don't want no more tea. But we're going to talk about, my next thing is talking about a world that they completely ignore that's very unsafe for both men and women. Is the bar mitzvah world. The MCs, the DJs, booking dancers, dealing with these drunk moms, these abusive dads, flirting with these girls, putting on risque things, handing out certain things in a goodie bag that aren't of age. We're going to talk about the bar mitzvah world, and I'm putting you on blast. You Should Be Dancing, YSBD, another bar mitzvah company, A Vision Production. Her name is Justin. She owned that. Heart to Heart, Richie Hart, another bar mitzvah company, questionable. And that's out of New York. Another bar mitzvah company that's the worst. Joe Heck, Time of Your Life. And there used to be a bar mitzvah dancer named Soda. They used to pin against us and say racist stuff, and they would try to make me hate Soda. So I'm going to talk about the bar mitzvah world, hiring dancers, the inappropriateness that goes on when it's not, we go to a thing that's a bar mitzvah. It's a 60-year-old birthday party, and we're actually strippers instead of go-go dancers or bar mitzvah dancers. So I'm putting y'all on blast, the bar mitzvah world. Yes, my Jewish community, and I love my Jewish community. When I tell you, I learned a lot about their love for their children. I love the ceremony of the bar mitzvah. I love the candlelighting. But it's a lot of darkness when it comes to the owners of those companies and competing on who can get the best dancer and hiring Drake and bringing Beyonce to do bar mitzvah. So my next thing is a scandal in the bar mitzvah world, from dancers to MCs, getting hotels booked, and it's 4 of us in one room, and it's me as a guy with 4 girls, and how uncomfortable that is. And they don't care. Or getting flown out to Calabasas or Ojai, way out in the valley, and don't have no way home. So we're going to talk about the bar mitzvah dancer scandal and who holds the key, and bar mitzvah companies. D&G Entertainment, David Greer. Tangerine Martin, who did. And also Effion Crockett was a bar mitzvah dancer. And I put Effion Crockett on too. The comedian. Got him a paycheck. Do they ever call me up and say, hey, Egypt, do you need a check? Because you definitely reminded me of a gig. Tangerine Martin didn't give back. Loni Love didn't give back. Effion Crockett didn't give back. And you asked me, because of Egypt, is your life better? Did you make some kind of money? Did he want anything from you? The Cash App stopped. What happened? Oh, y'all don't want no more. Y'all don't want no more tea. Okay. So did that fix the problem? TT's here for real? Okay, so you're only talking about the Wayans brothers. Well, this is what happened, and I don't know if it was them playing. I don't know if it was them. So again, I'm on the set of That's So Raven, and Omar Epps just finished a show called, it was some cop show. Something in Starsky and Hutch. It was supposed to be a black version. So he came up to visit his friend Shawn Wayans on the set. And the behavior that I noticed didn't seem heterosexual. And the reason why they were shocked, because again, I'm walking around on this dark set. It's after 2. Everybody should have went home. I'm waiting for a ride. And by the parking structure, and I witnessed Shawn Wayans and Omar Epps being more than just friends. Yes, Omar Epps and Shawn Wayans. Now, because they have, straight people have this thing where they like to tap on a certain body part or pretend to kiss in the mouth. I heard that's the thing they do. So maybe that was it. But I know what I know. So maybe best friends kiss in the mouth. Let me check these cash apps. It slowed down. All right, so y'all must be tired. Also, nobody shared the live. What's up with sharing the live? It's like y'all brand new to TikTok. Did nobody share the live? I must be boring y'all. Tap that screen. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to come back tomorrow, 7 o'clock, and y'all let me know. Y'all write down in the comments who y'all want to see. I appreciate everybody, and I'm being silly when I'm talking about those cash outs, but I will say it does help out. I appreciate you, Takanya Watts. I appreciate you. She sent $10 twice, so let's be very clear. She paid for the tea. So you are number one on my list. I love you. Thank you. My girl shared to 40 people. Devilish Dimples, I see you. Brown Eyes, thank you. Eyes of Patty. Oh, you were late. Well, you know what? You ain't gonna be late. If you cash app me real quick, I'll throw another story out there. Raven-Symoné. I can't stand her, but okay. But anyway, yeah, you come back tomorrow, 7 o'clock. And we will see what the deal is. And I want to say thank you so much. I want to give you a cyber hug and a digital kiss. That's my thing. I'm going to get some t-shirts and some merch. Which I want some merch. Which I want some merch. I don't see no cash apps. I don't hear nothing. You want more story time? When I tell you, my YouTube is just acting stupid today. So anyway, I've enjoyed you. Am I ever nervous to see? I would be. If I were getting back into the industry, it could hurt me because they can blackball me. But I'm not interested in the industry at all. I don't care about it. I don't want to be famous. I'm not caring about none of that, so I can tell it. And what you gonna do, whoop me? I'm telling the truth. So, I'm about to say peace to y'all again. If y'all want some more tea, come back tomorrow, 7. Again, give you a cyber hug and a digital kiss. Also, so I really get to know you and you get to know me, and I'll really point you out. Go to my Instagram page, look through Party Paparazzi, and you'll see who I know, and then you can ask more questions that deal with me because I got pictures with them. So, again, thank you so much. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you for the gifts and the toys. Sunshine, you're amazing. Foxy's, Eyes of Patty, to Kenya Watts Thompson, Kimberly Rose, Pink Ford, F Your Lyrics, Online Saints, see you tomorrow, Anonymous Loud Podcast, love you, Will. Also, if Maria Brumfield, if I didn't shout you out and you're watching, I'm so sorry. Everybody go follow Maria Brumfield, the Brumfields, they play music. I'm all about story time. I will give you all the stories I got. I have over 21 years of experience in the industry. Yep. And actually, I will say this. One person called me last night and asked, why am I doing this? I said, are you eating? Are you in a mansion now? Are you going to parties? Have you reached out and visited me? Did you ask me if I'm okay? You know, since COVID, photography and being a photographer in the industry has been slow. So do you wonder if I'm eating every day? And if you don't care, why should I care? So I'm telling it. So next time when you call me, say, hey, Egypt, how can I help you? And maybe I won't spill your tea. Why am I going to allow you to eat and I don't? And mind you, the tea that I'm telling is because it's ruining your reputation because you weren't a good person. It ain't like I'm making stuff up to ruin someone's reputation. I'm just telling the truth, and you just have to accept it. This is who you are. You're rotten to the core. And then we're going to talk about Amanda Seales. Talk to you later.